I've done a number of cast-ons for various methods of longtail, but generally speaking, almost all the methods I've done have involved the use of what's traditionally called a left-hand yarn hold. I want to do some that are for right-hand yarn hold. For this case, I am using a slip knot, but just as standard longtail can be, or left-handed slingshot longtail can be done with just a twist, this can too. Right-handed yarn hold, and I'm not very good at it, so we're going to make some exceptions for my lack of skill, is often called the thumb longtail, and the reason for that is the yarn is wrapped around the thumb, almost the same as standard longtail, to make this sort of twisted loop, which is very similar to the kind of loop you have for all sorts of things. That loop is put on the needle. The yarn is then wrapped around the needle with the right hand. The loop is pulled off and snugged up. So the yarn is wrapped on the thumb, the yarn is wrapped around the needle, the thumb is pulled over, the thumb yarn is snugged up. Thumb, wrap, over, snug. Now the first one I got a little better because I held it the more traditional English lever style, which I'm really not very good at. Okay, there, maybe I can get it this way. So a stitch is made with the thumb, the yarn is pulled over the needle like a stitch, the thumb stitch is cast off and snugged up. Thumb, knit, over, snug. And as a result, you see, you get an identical cast on, except my gauge is not as even because I'm not as skilled doing this method of cast on. But it's identical in appearance to the slingshot method of longtail. And again, because I'm more practiced at the slingshot method, you can see my stitches are a little more even. So that's one of the ways to do an alternate way of doing a longtail cast on, that if you are used to using your right hand to form stitches, to hold the yarn to form stitches, you might find much easier. So again, around the thumb, needle into the thumb, stitch around the needle, thumb cast off, and snugged up. That's the longtail method known as thumb longtail, and as I say, identical to a slingshot longtail in actual net result, just slightly different in how it's executed.